Welcome to As Loud as I Want, a podcast that reflects our experiences through the COVID-19 pandemic as young women in rural Columbus County, North Carolina, from Buckhead to Bolton to Whiteville, and places in between. We use spoken word and sound to share what we've been feeling, seeing, and hearing in our communities. This podcast was created by a series of workshops where we learned about poetry and the arts of sound. In one of our first exercises as a group, we used our senses to describe the room where we spent the most time during the pandemic.
The room I was in had blue walls, and the TV was sitting on a long dresser, and then I had pictures up above my head and my initials.
I see my mom's full-length mirror, the floral bed comforter.
I felt the softness of my bed and my blanket, the weight of my computer.
I can feel the bed sheets, my phone in my hand, and my mom beside me.
I heard my fingers hitting against my keyboard on my computer.
And then on the outside, you could hear the lawnmower and the dogs barking. And the TVs were loud. And you could also hear the cars going by.
I smelled the food that my mama was cooking.
And I can taste my breakfast.
We learned how to gather sounds from our everyday lives, like the sound of our parents cooking dinner, or the rain pouring down outside during a thunderstorm, or the hum of the TV while we sat in our living rooms.
I've never been through it before.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. You really like
We created poems together, read the work of other poets, and eventually started writing our own pieces. We also got to hear spoken word pieces from coastal Carolina poets, like Israel Sorenson,
Your signature pigtails swayed when you took your first steps. My outstretched arms were your finish line, your bib worn like a gold medal you had already taken first place.
Brittani Smith,
I'll give you everything that you need, but not everything that you want. And when I'm gone, you'll teach your daughter everything that you were taught. You will work your way up from the bottom because we don't live off silver spoons. And you'll know that the sky cannot be your limit when someone left footprints on the moon.
and Charlene Hunt.
Really about spirituality, mankind, taking care of Mother Earth, doing for others, and helping them out. So I'm about to school you in a history lesson.
They gave us tips for editing our own spoken word pieces and performing them.
I know that there's a sadness and there's a loss, and that's not easy. Whatever you feel a lot of times, it puts that knot in your belly too. And if you can write that afterwards, I'm telling you, you'll feel better about it.
I want y'all to think of like your favorite comedian. I want you to think of the last time you watched like a comedy special or you saw them do a stand-up. You get a sense of what it means to have a presence.
And just saying exactly what it is that you need to say, then your delivery kind of just comes in behind it. Embody a certain type of character. And then when you get into that character, that is your delivery.
Don't be afraid to play with words. We are in the business of playing with words.
Using the material we created throughout the workshop, we crafted our own audio pieces, which can be found in the following episodes. Stay tuned to hear the work from young women from across Columbus County. You've been listening to As Loud as I Want. As Loud as I Want is brought to you by Coastal Youth Media and Community CPR. This workshop and podcast is funded in part by a grant from South Arts in partnership with the National Endowment for the Arts, with additional support from North Carolina Local News Lab and the Working Narratives Production and Education Fund. Learn more about our work and other audio productions at www.shoresize.org. That is shoresize.org. Thanks for listening.